Hello and welcome to a short presentation about the science behind molecular hydrogen and electrolyzed reduced water. So this is just a short scientific overview of these subjects, but of course science means that we have a scientific discussion with different views. So of course there are different views out there that are very welcomed. And this is just an overview to support you to find your own information and do your own research so that you can dive deeper into these very important findings and areas that I believe need to be more well known by the public. So this is a simple overview, and there are large amounts of data and science. It means it's a deep rabbit hole. You can deepen into these subjects for a very long time if you want to. And this is distilled knowledge of my 4 years of deep diving into electrolyzed reduced water and molecular hydrogen. So what is then electrolyzed reduced water? So electrolyzed reduced water mimics the most powerful spring water in the world. And you can find some of these springs in Tecote, Mexico, in Lourdes in France, Nordenau, Germany, and Okinawa in Japan. And for around 49 years ago, scientists started to analyze these springs and look at the properties of this water. And they found that the water had the following properties. It had a strong negative charge that creates an antioxidant effect in the body. It was structured water, meaning that it hydrates the body much more than any other water. It contains molecular hydrogen, which has an alkaline effect in the body, and it also charges the cells and activates the mitochondria in the cells, etc., and has a lot of positive health benefits. And the water was also very pure. So let's look into electrolyzed reduced water. So the spring water that they analyzed, they called reduced water, but when it is done with technology to resemble these natural springs, it's called electrolyzed reduced water. So in the technology that then was created to resemble this natural spring water, in the first step, there is a filtration process, and there is a filter, charcoal filter. You can also add extra filters depending on the source water that removes chlorine, bad taste and odor, and microplastics down to 5 micrometers. And this purifies the water. And like I said, extra filters can be added if necessary, depending on the source water. The important minerals are not removed from the water. And then the water passes over several solid medical grade titanium and platinum plates. And this is for the top grade technology that you can find out there. There are also cheaper copies that does not contain these solid medical grade titanium and platinum plates, which I do not recommend. I recommend that if you buy a filtration system and this technology, that you go for the best quality, because then you make sure that the plates do not leak. They will hold for maybe 25 plus years if serviced, etc. And what happens though when the water passes over these plates, it is separated into an acidic and an alkalized stream of water. So like you see on the picture, on the top holes, there will be the alkaline water, and on the bottom you will have the acidic water. And the alkaline water in the top machines can also be called Kangen water. In this process, the water gets its properties of molecular hydrogen, negative charge, structure, etc. So, what is then molecular hydrogen and how does it work as a strong antioxidant in the body? So, molecular hydrogen occurs naturally in the most healing springs of the world, and it's also created in the electrolysis process of the technology that produces this electrolyzed reduced water. So, there is a growing number of studies to show the beneficial effects in over 170 diseases in both humans and animals, according to the Molecular Hydrogen Institute. And some benefits of the electrolyzed water are the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. You can see that cancer thrives and grows in acidic environments and is counteracted by molecular hydrogen. It alleviates diabetes, it stimulates the glucose and energy metabolism. You can see increased athletic performance and faster recovery as it counteracts acidosis, and it counteracts lactic acid, which is produced when you are training and when you are working out, the after effects of it. You can see protection against brain trauma and cognitive disorders. You can also see positive effects on many age-related conditions and symptoms, which means that the molecular hydrogen can also create better uptake of nutrients. So, also when you are a top athlete or when you are recovering your health in any way, of course, you want to also have an uptake of the nutrients or the supplements that you're taking. Otherwise, you might eat very healthy or you might take supplements or think about a lot of things. But if you don't think about the molecular hydrogen and the water that you are taking into your body, you might not even take these nutrients into your body. And what it does also is that the cellular hydration and the detoxing of the cells start to work because this water actually comes into the cells. It takes away, detoxes the cells from acidosis, from toxins. And so you have this constant detoxing going on. And of course, there are chemicals in so many ways in our surroundings. We have radiation, we have chemicals in the air, in the water, in the food. Like there are chemicals everywhere in our environment. So this constant and natural detoxing every day is and the hydration also of this water and the molecular hydrogen is so important in especially in these times that we live in. And then of course stress and bad food and bad water, etc., or other radiation is actually creating oxidative stress in our body. And when this water comes in, it's naturally alkalizing for the body, so it counteracts these negative effects. And the molecular hydrogen has this strong negative charge, which is a really important thing for our cells. And of course, also important thing to have this natural detox happen in the body. So I will just show you, as a former science teacher, a little bit about the simple science that happens in this water technology that we're talking about. So this is hydrogen and oxygen. You can probably remember this. This is a simple water structure that you probably know from school that contains 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. That equals H2O, like ordinary water molecule. And what happens in the machine is that you add an electric charge to the water molecule. And this resembles actually lightning strikes that would naturally occur in the mountain regions where you can find these natural springs. And when this charge is added to the plates in the technology and this ionization process happens, the water molecule is divided into hydrogen and hydrogen oxide. And this is, like you see, it's a very different process than adding chemicals to the water. Some say, but oh, you can just add chemicals and you can make the water alkaline. It's not really the same process as you see here. It's a very different chemical process that is happening in this water technology. So what comes out of this is molecular hydrogen. So the hydrogen then binds to H2, and that is a lot of the magic in electrolyzed reduced water comes from this molecular hydrogen. Not all of it, but a lot of it does. And this is, like I said, this molecular hydrogen is what has these very positive health benefits for our bodies, acting as a natural antioxidant in the body. And if you want to dive deeper, if you are experienced in reading science, you can, if you look on Google, you might find a lot of opinions around this water. But if you instead look at Google Scholar or PubMed, you can find scientific studies and facts. And just from me searching on Google Scholar in June 2023 for electrolyzed reduced water, I found over 51,700 results that you can look through. So if you want to dive deeper, I recommend that you search for electrolyzed reduced water, and then any other, health condition, or if you're an athlete, you can look for athletic performance, etc. And you will find exactly those studies that you are looking for. And one study that I do actually recommend is a meta study. And for those who don't know what a meta study is that it's a condensed version of a lot of studies that are done around this water. And it also has the connection between the reduced water, which is the water that is produced in these natural springs, and the electrolyzed reduced water, so that you can see that that connection. And you can search for this research online, advanced research on the health benefit of reduced water. And that is a lot of amazing science in there. And of course, you can look at the references in the study as well if you want high quality research around electrolyzed reduced water. You can also look on Molecular Hydrogen Institute. And if you look there, it will be more just publications and science around the molecular hydrogen. You might not find, the deep knowledge about the actual other aspects of electrolyzed reduced water. So that's important to know. That they are into molecular hydrogen, that is their thing, and they might not always have the broader view of the different aspects of the water as such, but you can find very important science there and publications and information about the effects of molecular hydrogen for your health. So that was a brief overview of the science behind molecular hydrogen and electrolyzed reduced water. So I wish you a happy deep dive into these different areas, which I find super interesting, and also, of course, to spread this knowledge so that more and more people can experience the amazing health effects from this science, and get the word out there of these solutions that are presented in this presentation, so that more and more people can experience them firsthand. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening, and just reach out to us or the person that sent you this video if you want more assistance or more information about these very important areas. So thank you very much. Bye bye.